Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda Rose, and today I wanted to get on here and just share with you guys what I have been doing for remote teaching. Now, I know that before I even start this video that my experience is going to be very different from other people and other teachers because my school has provided so much support and assistance when it comes to remote learning. And so it's not every teacher fending for themselves. They have created a system for us that they would like for us to follow. So I just want to lead by saying that. And so my techniques, my strategies, and also my approach is going to be very different, which is why I have titled this How I Am Doing Remote Teaching, because I know that it's probably going to be really different from other teachers and other people's experiences. The first thing I wanted you guys to know is what are the 3 programs that my school has chosen to use. We are using Google Classroom, a program called Edgenuity, and then also Zoom. So these are the 3 programs that my school has requested for us to use. So I'm going to go through each of these. The first one is Google Classroom. So what are we using Google Classroom for? Every day, teachers are required to post daily agendas, a list of what the students will be learning that day, expectations, how long they should be working on assignments. I know that for some people, they don't really know how to check if their students are actually accessing Google Classroom. But for me, what we did was we created a Google form that the students fill out every single day that they begin our classwork. And that form, I will actually show you guys how we did it. So simple, last name, first name, and just click that you're here. Okay, so simple. Open up a blank Google form. Then you just want to change the title. For me, it's helpful to just put last name and class period, but you can do whatever you want with this one. And then I just gave a description. Please fill out this form every time you log in to Google Classroom. So super simple, and then you just can create 2 different places where they can add their last name, their first name, and then also click a box. I think the checking the box is a little extra, if you ask me. You can literally just have kids type in their first and last name and then call it a day. So that gives us at least some sort of an idea of who is actually logging into Google Classroom every single day, just so that we have some type of data and we're not just like, I have no idea, people are checking, but I don't know who's checking. So this allows us to kind of narrow in and see who is actually accessing the site daily or maybe every other day. Other things that we're using Google Classroom for is for us to be able to have chats with our students, stay in communication, maybe put something on the stream board, a question that they have to respond to. I've also been using this a lot for SEL check-ins because most of the learning, if not all, is through this website, Edgenuity, that I'll get to in a second. I've been doing this is only our 3rd day of remote teaching. So every other day I'm going to do an SEL check-in, and it'll be in the form of an assignment where I can just ask students, how do they feel about it? What are some things that we can still troubleshoot? What are they still having difficulties with? What do they need me to do? And so these are just simple ways that we can just continue to track and try to fix any issues that come along the way as we continue to do remote learning and remote teaching through this online program. When it comes to technology and students having access to technology, again, I cannot have done any of this, or my school cannot have done any of this without admin and also guidance counselors. Really, every single person pitching in. What we did was we had students fill out a form actually the Thursday before schools were closed, And so we had students fill out a form that they were able to do directly on their phone. The school sent it to all of them so that we knew who had access to technology at home. And then that Friday, we tagged all of our laptops and we distributed them to students who did not have laptops to do work at home in the event of a school closure. Now, we do have a few students who do not have access to the internet, and that has posed a problem. What we're trying to do is see if Spectrum can provide internet for them, because they did make an announcement saying that they would provide free internet for about 60 days. And also at this point, what we have done is just compiled a packet that the guidance counselors will print out, and then they hopefully will be able to mail to those students. That's really the only thing that we can do right now. And it's a very minimal amount of students, and so we're just trying to make sure that we can reach every single student who does have an issue with internet. But as of right now, from what I know, every single one of our students do have access to technology. Now, moving on to the program Edgenuity. Now, this program is something that my school purchased, again, the last week before school closures. They were already prepping and thinking of ways to providing education. And so this program is really cool because it is aligned with all New York State standards and all of the Regents exams and requirements. So what's really cool is that this website starts off with a warm-up, kind of like an intro of what the students will be learning for that lesson. Every lesson is about an hour long. So the structure of every single lesson is a warm-up, instruction, activity, quiz. That is every single lesson structure. Warm-up, instruction, activity, quiz. And then on the website, teachers can look at individual students' progress. We can see where they should be when it comes to completing the course, where they are right now, and also how many times they have attempted to take a quiz, what's their score, what did they score on assignments. Again, I am just very fortunate that my school has purchased this program. All of our guidance counselors were the ones that worked heavily to make sure every single student had a login and was enrolled in the right course and all of these things. The course also allows us to adjust the lessons that the students are given. So for example, because it's March, but my semester started back in January, I'm not gonna have them start from day one of the course. So I can go in and take away some of the lessons that I don't want them to do, because we had already done that in person in class before school closures ever happened. So again, the website is very, very useful, and it has alleviated a lot of stress for teachers, and it's just created an ability to be able to streamline everything so students aren't confused because teachers aren't doing one thing here, another thing there. Every student knows, hey, you log on to Google Classroom, take your attendance, move on to Edgenuity, work on that for about an hour. So that is the line of communication. Every single student from 9th grade to 12th grade. So that's been really helpful too, with removing confusion and trying to adjust to what every single teacher is doing, because our kids have about 7 different teachers a day. So that would be a lot to have to follow up with if every single teacher was doing something different. And then the last program that we are allowed to use is Zoom. I have not done any Zoom meetings with my students yet. My school has asked that we just hold off for a second and just make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to communication and what the Zooms are required for. And so once we get the okay to do that, I definitely want to start doing Zooms with the kids and just being able to alleviate a lot of anxiety that they're feeling with working with a new program and then not really having the in-person explanation. They really have to figure it out by themselves. And so that has been, I know, a struggle for them, as well as also for educators and all the teachers at my school. So we are doing the best that we can, but I know that having Zoom will really be helpful. And so once the school gives us the okay, I'm gonna start using that, hopefully even once a week. I also want to just have them to be able to see their faces, to try to keep the classroom environment, the learning, again, ease a lot of tension and just uncertainty that they're feeling. Again, I do teach seniors, so they've gone through a pretty rough year. Right now, they have not had the opportunity to have their senior trip. Who knows what's going to happen with prom? Who knows what's going to happen with graduation? And so now to be learning online, it's just a lot to deal with, and it sucks. It really sucks that they're in this position. And so I want to try to provide as much relief as possible. But these are the things that I am doing when it comes to remote learning. I did mention in my previous video creating a schedule. Again, I am available during the hours that I teach those classes. So at my school, every single period is 56 minutes long. So for my first period students, I'm available from 8 to 8:56. My second period students, I'm available from 9 to 9:56. So that is the schedule that I have here. So I am literally from 8 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon at my computer, responding to emails, troubleshooting, checking the attendance, all of those things. And then my school every Wednesday is still gonna hold PDs. We actually have one now in like 15 minutes, so I'm trying to rush. But the PDs will also be through Zoom. A lot of it is just gonna be troubleshooting, how's it going, what's an update, what can we do better, what can we fix, what are some things we should adjust. So that's pretty much how everything is happening on my end. But again, that's everything that I'm doing. I will try to provide updates for you guys maybe after the first week or so and see how it's going and what are some things that we did change or adjust. But as of right now, that's what I'm doing, using Google Classroom, Edgenuity, and Zoom soon to do remote teaching. Please, as I've always said, in the comments below, please provide some of the things that you are using in your classroom so that we can kind of just share ideas and see what is the best thing for us moving forward. But I hope that you guys like this video, and I will see you in the next one.